This is case number 25CR43163, the State of Ohio versus Ashley Gardner. Ms. Gardner, the court has received a report that alleges that you have violated the terms of your ILC. Officer, could you read a statement of that allegation, please?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant did violate ILC condition number 5, in which the defendant failed to report into the office on March 20th of 2026, April 7th of 2026, and April 15th of 2026, as well as ILC condition number 7, in which on April 17th of 2026, the defendant attempted to alter her drug screen by using a device, and on April 17th of 2026, the defendant verbally admitted to using cocaine.
Am I allowed to speak?
Ms. Gardner, first off, do you understand what the allegations are?
Yes, sir.
You have a right to be represented by counsel, an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I will appoint one for you. Do you have the funds to hire an attorney?
No.
Do you want me to appoint you one?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Laux is going to hand you a form. It's an affidavit of indigency that you need to sign for me, please.
Oh, is this it? Right.
Court will find that the defendant is indigent for the purposes of retaining counsel, and I'll appoint Attorney John Helbling to represent you in this matter. The court does find that there's probable cause that you have violated the terms of your ILC, and I'm going to set this for a final hearing. You will be held in the Warren County Jail pending that hearing. Have a seat.
The next morning.
Drugs are bad.
I told you, I was very specific with you that the last time you were before me on a probation violation that I was going to give you one more chance. I didn't go back and look at that recommendation from probation, but it may have been very true that at that point in time probation was recommending that I simply let you serve a period of incarceration, because I know my notes say that last time was your last chance.
Yes.
You have been breaking the law with violence and violation of court's orders since you were 18. For the last 15 years, you've done nothing but break the law. You come in here with very flowery words and showing emotion, but the bottom line is I think you're nothing more than a manipulator. You violate court orders, you get into fights, you seem to be the instigator, whether it's in the jail or at CCC, of racial tension. That's how I see it. So I'm not buying into your crap today. I'm not gonna fall for this again with you. I'm done. So today I'm going to find that probation would no longer adequately punish you and would seriously demean what happened in this case. The prison is necessary to fulfill the purposes and principles of sentencing, including punishment, deterrence, and protection of the public. And based upon your extensive criminal history and your failure to respond to community control sanctions, prison is now necessary. So, under case number, let me get these case numbers right, 41418, this court's going to order you to serve 12 months in prison on count 1 and 6 months in prison on count 2. Those to be served consecutive to each other. You have 311 days jail time credit on that. On case number 41819, the court's going to order you to serve 12 months in prison, that to be served consecutive to 41418, and 180 days in the Warren County Jail to be served concurrent. The court does find that a consecutive sentence is necessary to punish this defendant. It is not disproportionate to the conduct or danger posed by the defendant. And your criminal history demonstrates that consecutive sentences are necessary to protect the public. The court does find that you're indigent for the purpose of any fines, costs, or other financial sanctions. There may be opportunities for you to receive up to 1 day per month participating in certain education, vocation, or other programs sponsored by the Department of Corrections. You're also subject to a discretionary period of post-release control. Upon your release, the adult parole authority may supervise you for up to 2 years. If you violate that supervision, the adult parole authority can return you to prison for up to 1/2 of this court's original sentence. If your violation is that you commit another felony, you can be returned to prison for 1 year or the period that you have left on PRC, whichever is longer. That time would run consecutive to any additional prison time you get sentenced to. Ms. Nicholson, is there anything else?
Has the jail time credit on the 414?
Yeah, 0 days jail time credit under 41819.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Chambers, anything else?
That's okay.
What happened to Ms. Nicholson?
She had a meeting that she couldn't miss, so she asked me to come down and.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, I didn't even look up.
That's no problem, Judge.
Yeah, you're not Ms. Nicholson. All right, we are here on the issue of competency. The court has received a report from Dr. Rose from Summit. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do we have a stipulation to the report?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
Yes, Your
this
Honor.
time, then the court's going to find that the defendant is competent to stand trial, and that will be, report will be admitted as the court's exhibit. Mr. Goodyear, what are we doing beyond that?
Your Honor, it's my understanding the defendant will enter a plea of guilty as charged to count 1 in the indictment, trespass into habitation. In exchange for that plea, the state will dismiss count 2.
Ms. Kirby, is that accurate?
That's my understanding, Your Honor. Ms. Fields has reviewed the plea form, and I believe she understands what she is pleading guilty to.
Okay, Ms. Fields, you're telling me you're going to change your plea to count 1 of the indictment. Before we get to change your plea, I am
Your Honor, by the 6th day of December 2025, Warren County, State of Ohio, the defendant, Ashley Fields, did by force, stealth, or deception trespass in a permanent or temporary habitation of any person when any person other than an accomplice of the offender was present or likely to be present, excuse me, in violation of section 291112B of Ohio Revised Code.
Ms. Kirby, anything on those facts?
Nothing on the facts, Your Honor.
Ms. Fields, did you hear the statement that was read?
Yes, sir.
Do you admit and acknowledge that what he said is true?
Yes, sir.
And again, you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering a plea of guilty, the rights we discussed?
Yes, sir.
What is your plea?
Guilty.
The court will make a finding that you've made a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver of your constitutional rights that we've discussed. The court will accept your plea of guilty, and based upon the statement of facts in your plea, the court will make a finding of guilty. I am going to order a pre-sentence investigation, Ms. Fields. Quite frankly, I don't know enough about you or your history to sentence you today. So I'm going to order that, and we'll come back in a few weeks and do sentencing at that time. Mr. Goodyear, is there anything else?
Judge, nothing else other than we ask that she be held in the meantime.
Ms. Kirby, you wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Ms. Fields has been doing some research and has been talking to some people at Summit about some potential mental health facilities that she could be transferred to or engaged in the meantime. One of which is Nova Behavioral Health, and I believe that they have an inpatient component to their facility. We would just ask that Ms. Fields be able to participate in any assessments and see if there is a bed available that she would be able to be transferred to at Nova or any other facility. Ms. Fields is doing extremely well with her mental health, and I think that we can all see that from the last time that we were here in court. She does have an underlying substance abuse issue that she wishes to get professional treatment for. She tells me that she's never had the opportunity to get real inpatient treatment for substance abuse and mental health alike, and would like the opportunity to do that instead of sitting in the county jail. She understands that there would likely be an ankle monitor component to this and is willing to comply with any orders of the court.
I am going to decline that request at this time. As I said before, quite frankly, Ms. Fields, I don't know enough about you. I'm just kind of reviewing your prior criminal history, which is significant for someone who presents the way that you do. So I'm going to deny that request. I'm going to hold you in the Warren County Jail pending sentencing. All right, that's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.